What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. I hope you guys are having a good day today. As you can see by the title, we're going to be covering an abduction story that was on mainstream news at a radio station in upstate New York. And we're going to be going through that. That's a very important article I want to go through with you. And stick around to the end. That's where we're going to be talking about that article. And I'm putting it out here so you guys can see and discern for yourself. Again, welcome to the Human Spectrum, and we're going to go over a few important things before we get into that abduction in upstate New York. So before we do anything else, we're going to go ahead to our display capture, and we're going to go ahead and get that going. And we're going to go to the Human Spectrum folder. Let me make sure I get this right. Alright, put myself down here for a minute. Actually, I want to do this because there will be some images I'll be showing you. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is go to our Human Spectrum folder, and we're going to go over some images real quick. This was taken by me, and I'm going to show you the images one by one. This goes back to the object that I'm finding near the sun with my camera. This was on 7/7, 6:42 p.m. There's your metadata, and I believe all of them should have it. Obviously, you can see I'm not behind glass. I'm outside. Remember, if you're doing this, you cannot be behind glass, otherwise your camera's aperture will not work properly, and it will show a whole bunch of other different things. So with that being said, let's move on to the next photo. This one's more of a close-up video, and I'm holding the camera horizontal, and at that point horizontally I can see it on this side, the 11 o'clock position. And moving on to the next one, this is just another photo showing you that both flares are still there, the sun and whatever that object is. And when you guys see the videos, it's going to be quite impressive. So hopefully that will show you a better perspective of what I'm seeing up there. These pictures really the only justice this is doing here is showing you the two flares, one representing the sun, the other an unknown object near the sun. And in this particular picture you can actually see the object a little better, but like I said, the videos are going to be a little better. So why don't we just go straight to that. We're going to go back into the Human Spectrum video folder. Alright, and in this first video you're going to see the object a lot better, so let's check it out. This was on the same day, 7/7, July 7th, and as you can see, the object is it's prominent. I'm not sure whatever that is behind the sun. All I know is that I'm picking it up, and we're going on just over 30 days picking this up. But I notice the further we go into summer, the more clear it seems to be coming out. This is the second video that I took. I'll pause it right there. So obviously you can see one for the sun and the other one is for whatever this is. So there's no denying there's something there, but I'm not sure what it is. If you have any ideas what this could be, it's been there for quite a few weeks, and I'm not the only one that's been seeing this. Many other people have. Other YouTube channels have reported people sending in photos and images and videos of this very same object around, in, or near the sun. So I'll continue playing it, and I move left to right so that so you can see that it's staying together, and the object is obviously showing a lot more. It's a lot more prominent than it was before. So I just wanted to show you those two videos and update you on the object near the sun. And now that we got that out of the way, it's time to talk about the abduction. Very important. This was on a new country radio station in Albany, New York, which is the capital district, what we call the capital district in upstate New York, because Albany is the capital of New York State. And right here is the article, and we'll get into it from here. The report, this is from WGNA 107.7, the new country station in Albany, New York. So that's their insignia there. The report states that after two white cubes appeared, the hovering craft took one person up and then the other. The witness claims that they both floated up into the sky and disappeared. And this was on Schoolhouse Road. Two women were walking in front of 9 Schoolhouse Road. Two white cubes appeared and took one person up and the other up. They both floated up into the sky and disappeared. This was sighted from approximately 50 yards by a 10-and-a-half-year-old girl walking a dog. And this is according to Newyork. That's an agency that they report sightings and such. Moving on. Based upon the report, the eyewitness claims that they were about 50 yards away from the abduction. It's relatively close. And that it was also seen by a young girl walking her dog. Now this is a 10-and-a-half-year-old girl. As of this article came out on July 9th, and this happened, let's go back up here. I want to make sure I have the right date. Right here, July 9th, 2024. And I believe this happened in May. Yeah. The sighting, which allegedly happened on May 28th, was reported 2 days later to Newyork, a non-governmental, non-profit corporation registered in Washington State that documents UFO, UAP sightings, and alleged alien contacts. So, from what it sounds like here, one of the witnesses, I believe it was an adult, actually reported this to Newyork with a C, for those of you who are just listening. And again, going on, this was sighted from approximately 50 yards by the 10-and-a-half-year-old girl who was walking her dog. The dog was also looking at the event when it happened. The girl noticed the dog watching, and she looked over. This is based on the adult witness. We don't know if the girl reported anything, but the alleged eyewitness certainly did. This is in the Lake George region of New York, I believe. You can check your Google Maps, look for Lake George, and I think it was Schoolhouse Road. This is a picture of the road that it happened on. It's called Stone Schoolhouse Road in Lake George. And this is where the abduction apparently happened. Right here, the location's Lake George, New York, which is about no more than an hour from where I am. Location details, they said it was on the road. Shape of the object that took them up, cube. Color was white. Estimated size was human size. Viewed from land. Direction from the viewer, straight ahead. Closest distance, 50 yards. Estimated speed, not that fast. Characteristics. Animals reacted. The National UFO Reporting Center was founded in 1974. And it's been functioning for over 5 decades, according to this paragraph here. Let's see. And then it goes on to show you the top 10 New York cities, New York State cities, not New York City, New York State cities most likely to have ghost or UFO sightings. And they name them off here: Newark Valley, 39 sightings; Schenectady, 46 sightings, which is also near the capital region of Albany. Utica, New York lands at number 8 at 52 sightings. Number 7, 67 sightings in Binghamton, New York. Landing at number 6 with 77 sightings, Staten Island. Landing at number 5, the capital, Albany, New York, at 93 sightings. Landing in number 4 is Syracuse, 106 sightings. Number 3 on the list, 149 sightings in Buffalo, New York. Number 2, Rochester, New York, with 158 sightings, home of Genesee beer. And New York City itself, with 5 boroughs, I'm assuming included, 867 sightings, according to this organization, newyork. So, and it goes on with other information, but the most important part of this article, and I wanted to get it out to everybody, is the fact that there was an abduction on May 28th, 2024, and it was on WGNA 107.7 in Albany's News, the new country radio station. And apparently we have one eyewitness that reported it. But can you imagine just for an adult to witness that is amazing. Then I'm thinking about the 10.5-year-old girl who was walking her dog. This witness states that she noticed it, and she looked over and noticed that her dog was paying attention to what was happening. I'd like to know who they were, because what makes this more interesting to me is there's no follow-up. You're watching two people. I don't know if they were flaying or struggling on the way up, or did they go up kind of peacefully? I don't know. But what the witness says is they witnessed it 50 feet away, I believe it was, and there was a second person. It was a child walking her dog, 10.5 years old. And if she witnessed this, can you imagine the implications on that young girl? It's absolutely astounding. I mean, you have to agree. Let me know what you think in the comments. They didn't come out with this until July 9th, like it says up here on the article, even though the incident happened on May 28th. And this is I believe they said 2 people went up. I think it was 2 females. Yes, 2 women were walking in front of 9 Schoolhouse Road. 2 white cubes appeared, one for each, it seemed like, if they said it was human size, and took one person up and the other up. They both floated up into the sky and disappeared. So the witnesses obviously describing them as almost put in a state of relaxation, maybe. I mean, if this is true, and based on this article, I can only deduce that what she saw, she believed to be true. I'm not sure if it was a female, but I know there were 2 females that apparently were taken by these 2 white cubes. So I don't know. This is kind of a big deal, and those 2 people that were taken, if they were taken like the article says, they have families. I would imagine the federal government got involved, and I mean, it's different when you talk about the white van going down the street, the evil van that takes, children or young people, and that's awful. But we're talking about cubes in the air that are having them float up into the sky. That's just amazing. This is huge news. This is an official abduction reported to a mainstream radio station. And I don't know. I just think it's amazing, and I wanted to cover this with you guys. I want to know who reported it. There are no names listed here, but the adult that did report it did say a 10-and-a-half-year-old girl was walking her dog, and they both noticed it too. So you go back to your parents and say, what? You know? What do you guys think she went and said to her parents? And do you think her parents would have believed her? And I'm not just covering this because it's in my own backyard. It's because this is an abduction that was witnessed, supposedly. This is huge. You know what I mean? This is 2 people missing. I mean, that's a big deal. When someone goes missing, at least the immediate metropolitan or many towns get involved and start doing searches, because most people go missing on the ground. But they're alleging that they were brought up into these cubes. How do you search for them in that case? I mean, how do you find people like that? Or are they taking them and dropping them? Do they drop them off somewhere? Will they show up again? Did they show up and they're being debriefed by somebody? Who knows what's going on? All I know is this story is fantastic, and it's huge. And I've been looking around, and I didn't find any other article on it. If I do, I will definitely get back to you on this, because this is unbelievable. We've been watching videos of objects in the sky, UAPs and all that, but when you talk about, contact of the 4th kind, 3rd kind, and then you have witnesses, this is a big deal. So apparently this radio station got wind of this witness. I don't know if they interviewed her or what, but I'm guessing we could all go over to this, I believe it's called Newfolk. I would imagine they have a website. Let's see if we can. Yep. So this is on their website. They have it as Newfork UFO sighting 181-676 occurred on 5/28/24 local, reported 5/28/24 Pacific, duration 10 seconds, number of observers, obviously they put 1 because it was reported by 1. So it's safe to assume that the parents did not report what the girl had seen to anyone, and if they did, we just simply don't know about it. They go on to say location details on the road, shape of the object, cube, again the color white, estimated human size. So what they did was they took the information from here and obviously wrote the article based on this. It says the same thing. 2 women were walking down the road and 2 white cubes appeared and took them up into the sky and disappeared. 2 women walking down the street in front of 9 Stone Schoolhouse Road. So I wonder if anyone living at this address witnessed anything, or if they were even home. And it goes on to say the 2 white cubes appeared and took one person up and then the other person up. They both floated up into the sky and disappeared. This sighting was from approximately 50 yards. So I stand corrected. It wasn't 50 feet. 50 yards by a 10.5-year-old girl while walking dog. The dog was also looking at the event when happened. Girl noticed the dog watching and she looked over, not sure if they were women, might have been beings. Not sure if they were women, might have been beings. So interesting. So this is the website right here. I guess it's called newfork.org with a C, NUFORC.org, and then /sightings. So we clicked on that from the article, and right from here. So if you go to, it's WGNA.com, and it's under their eyewitness claims. Saw an alien abduction upstate New York, near the Lake George region of New York. So I wanted to bring that to you because that's, in my opinion, that is huge news. So leave me any comments and let me know what you think about this abduction that was witnessed by one person, and the one person noticed that there was a 10-and-a-half-year-old girl walking her dog, taking notice to what she saw, and some kind of reaction. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think she went home and told her parent? And do you think they believed her? And I don't know. That's a question I find interesting. I want to look into this a little more, because this is an abduction we're talking about of two people, two women, that floated up into the air and disappeared. So, allegedly. So, we'll see what happens. This is all the information I have on it, is that article. And this article came out July 9th, a few days ago. But it happened in May of this year, on the 28th. Another question is, why the gap? And who are they talking to? Who else knows? I mean, who else is the witness talking to other than Newyork? That would be interesting. So I'm going to do a little more digging on this, but I wanted to bring this to you guys because I thought this was big news. In my opinion, it's huge. An abduction in a very unorthodox way into human-sized cubes that were white. They floated up to and disappeared, according to one eyewitness, who also saw another person who was young, 10-and-a-half years old. Let me know what you think in the comments, and also let me know what you think about the object by the sun. Are you finding it, if you've been following me, that it's becoming more prominent as we move into the middle and latter parts of July? Let me know what you think. Alright, until the next video, you guys have a good one and take care of yourselves. Alright, take care.